Okay, here's how I clean my buffer pads. If they have either the one and done compound on them, like the Eurofiber 50/50 pad on the left does, or if they've got one of the highly detergent resistant sealants, waxes / whatever that Turtle Wax makes. The white pad, supposed to be white, on the right, I used to put a coat of the ceramic graphene paste wax on the Camaro this morning. Last night, I just got the Eurofiber pads. I've never used them before, so I used it on the Camaro to see if I could get rid of some of the more stubborn swirls, scratches, and defects. All I have to say is, wow, you have got to get some of these. If you've got something that your most aggressive foam pad won't touch, these Eurofibers take them right out. They're not much more risk to the paint than the foam pads, and they finish surprisingly well. I did not have to follow up with a lighter polish pad to get rid of any buffer marks left by the Eurofiber pad. Now, also on the hose box, you can see a 32-ounce spray bottle. In that bottle is 3 ounces of Tide laundry detergent and 5 ounces of distilled white vinegar. I just watched a video from the rag company, and they highly endorse distilled white vinegar mixed with the wash to clean their microfiber towels. Now, if you get a big company like this telling you this is what they recommend, it's usually a good idea to follow it. One major warning: do not mix distilled white vinegar and bleach. It makes a poison gas, and unless you want to die, don't do it. I don't use bleach in the normal process of things, especially with my car cleaning equipment. So what I usually do with pads is I take the spray bottle, soak them down. The Eurofiber, since it only has the one and done compound, which does not contain any sealants, polymers, or protectants or anything else, it's just a compound. I'm going to soak it, scrub it a little bit with that yellow brush to work through the fibers, and let it sit for about 30 to 60 minutes. Then I'm going to hose it out, blot it dry with a synthetic chamois, let it air dry the rest of the way. The foam pad on the right, however, since it does have the chemically resistant ceramic graphene paste wax in it, I'm going to let it soak for at least 24 hours. Now, according to the rag company, the acid in the white vinegar helps to break down the polymers and sealants in the waxes better than laundry detergent alone. So that's why I switched. I actually also do my own personal laundry using distilled white vinegar instead of bleach. It has many of the similar properties of bleach as far as whitening, odor removal. It diminishes static cling, which helps get the hair off the clothes if you have an animal at home. So I'll just demonstrate real quick how I do this. I'm going to put another coat of wax on the car. It's been about 14 hours since I put the ceramic graphene paste wax on it. I missed a few spots being at 3 in the morning doing it. So instead of just wiping it down, I'm going to put a second coat of wax on it because that's just me. So starting with the Eurofiber, take it. And I did use my air compressor, which is set between 70 and 80 psi output, and I blew it out every 2 panels. So every time I would buff 2 panels with it, I would take it over to the air compressor and blow the fibers out real well to get any loose dirt, debris, dried compound, whatever out of it. I'm going to take my spray bottle and really soak the fibers with the bleach and laundry detergent mix. and it's starting to drip. I got it soaked real well, so I'm going to set it aside. Now for the foam pad. Like I said, it's got the paste wax in it. This is going to be a little bit more difficult to remove, so I will soak it down a little bit more. Being foam, it will absorb more cleaner, and you can kind of see the spots where the cleaner is being repelled by the wax on the pad. Here, 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 here. So I'm going to go around and soak it real well. I soak the sides of it because these pads are very soft. They do deform and flatten out when you're using them with the buffer. Because you can see the black line, that's how much they compress. So this one will sit till tomorrow. Pick up the microfiber again after the cleaner's had a little bit of chance to soak. You might recognize this from the Turtle Wax Interior 1 cleaner. I'm going to use it just lightly to scrub the fibers and work the cleaner all through them. That way everything is scrubbed, soaked, and gives the vinegar and laundry detergent a chance to work properly. This should break up and loosen up any hardened compound and anything else trapped in these fibers. Come back, re-soak the pad. That way I know I've got cleaner on every bit of the fibers. Sit it down to soak, and in about 30, probably closer to 60 minutes, I'm going to come out using pressure from the garden hose, blast the cleaner, the compound, and everything else out of the pad, and then I will blot dry it with a synthetic chamois, let it air dry after that, and it'll be good to go. I will come back in about an hour to show you the final process on the Eurofiber pad. I might wait to submit this video until tomorrow afternoon when it's been 24 hours for the foam pad. We'll just have to wait and see. I might do it as a separate one. See you soon. Okay, it's been a little over an hour. I had things I had to get done. Didn't do the car. I'm going to save that till 2 in the morning when I wake up. But here's the Eurofiber pad. It's definitely soaked through. You can see it dripping. And what I'm going to do is just take the garden hose and use a full pressure stream, go around, rinse the face of it that contacts the car. Then I'm going to flip it around, and you can see I got this through Turtle Wax, through their hybrid solutions on their website. Excellent pad, excellent. And rinse it out real good. My synthetic chamois is sitting off to the side. Once it's rinsed out, I'll put it inside the chamois, squeeze it real good. The chamois will suck out 95% of the water at least, and it will be dry and ready again to use in about 45 minutes. But this is how I do the polisher pads. Flip it around because you can feel the soap and everything's still on the back side. I want to rinse it fully. Okay, that's fully rinsed. You can no longer feel any soap or anything else in it. The water, if I squeeze it, coming out clear. Let me grab the chamois and I'll show you how to get most of the water out so it dries rather quickly. Okay, here's the synthetic chamois. It goes under the trade name the Absorber. As you can see, it's kind of stiff. I don't use it much except on a car that I have not yet polished, because there is some chances of scratching with this. I use a dedicated drying towel instead, but on a car that has yet to be polished, if I leave a couple of swirls with this drying the car, it's not a big deal. So it's folded. What I do is I open it up, put the pad in there. It's usually sitting on a table, and you can see the water starting to soak through from the pad into the chamois. That's how quickly and how effectively the water is pulled out. You can even see on the back side here. On the front side, it's almost completely soaked in the shape of the polisher pad. I also do this with the foam pads with the same effect. Open it back up. There's your pad. It's just barely damp. I'll set it out in the open inside the garage, and way before morning, before I wake up, this will be dry and ready to use. Okay, to let you know how I do microfiber towels, that's just a little bit different. I only go to an extreme on the towels that I actually spray the spray waxes on or use to apply the paste wax or a liquid wax if I need a towel to apply in certain areas. For that, I've got this 5-gallon bucket. It's about maybe a quarter to a third of the way full of water. It's got a cup to a cup and a half of liquid laundry detergent, as well as a cup of distilled white vinegar. Remember I said liquid laundry detergent plus vinegar is good. Bleach plus vinegar, very, very bad. So with pads normally, or not with pads, but with towels that are heavily soaked with the chemically resistant spray coatings, as soon as I'm done, the pad's still, or the cloth is still wet with the sealant. As soon as I'm done, in the bucket, soaks for a minimum of 24 hours. When I get enough towels to do a load of laundry, I wring them out, throw them in the dirty towel bucket, throw other towels in with them, such as the ones I use to remove the cured wax. They don't need quite as much intensive attention. Throw them all in the washer. Throw a Tide Pod detergent pad in with them, and in the fabric softener dispenser of the washer itself, I will fill that with some additional distilled white vinegar. Set it for a double or triple rinse, and run it through the cycle with a slightly shorter dry time, so they come out damp They aren't overexposed to heat, which can and will destroy microfibers. And that turned out beautifully the last time I did a load of towels. Right there, I've got a pad soaking. It's been there for about a day. Sometimes if I use a lot of pads all at once, instead of doing them one by one, like I just did, I'll throw them all in at once when I'm done with the car, soak them in the bucket. Like I said, 24-hour minimum. Take them out to the hose, blast them clean and clear. Take the chamois. This is where I normally do it on the table because the table's hard, lets me push a little bit better. Take as much water out as possible. Set it on top of the toolbox. Now that toolbox is full of nothing but polisher pads. As you can see, there's a window in here with a screen. Nice breeze. Very low odds of dust coming in over it. That will be dry in about 45 minutes. And as warm as it is today, maybe less. So that's how I take care of removing flex wax, max wax, ceramic spray coating, and the ceramic graphene paste wax from polisher pads and towels. Any questions, any comments, please post them to the video or the email address that I have on my channel. Thanks.